Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? Hope you're having an awesome day. Following on from yesterday's Pokemon press conference, I'm going to be covering Pokemon Masters today. This is probably my favourite game or project that was shown off last night. We got Pokemon Home, we got Pokemon Sleep, we got Pokemon Detective Pikachu 2, but we didn't see much of that. So that would have probably been my favourite project if we actually saw anything about that. But we got to see a new mobile game called Pokemon Masters. A lot of details are very unsure at the moment. We don't know if this is a gacha game, we don't know how much microtransactions are going to be in it, but I'm going to go over everything that was shown in the trailer and in the key art. There are some hidden little details that I think are quite interesting that definitely need talking about. So guys, if you do enjoy today's video, make sure to hit the like button down below, it's super appreciated. If you want to stay up to date with everything Pokemon, hit that subscribe button down below to become a part of the Twintendo Nation. So first of all guys, let's look at the key art drawn by Ken Sugimori. This looks absolutely stunning, looks brilliant, and by looking at it we can see that each trainer has their signature Pokemon. Now at this moment it is unsure if you'll be able to get more than one Pokemon for each legendary trainer. I'm assuming it's just going to be the one Pokemon, but who knows. A lot of interesting choices there. Now if we look at the most famous trainer, Red, we can see there is a slight design change. This is quite interesting. So normally Red's hat has the Earth badge from Viridian City, and we can see that's changed to a blue flame. Now this most likely is because Red has a Mega Charizard X and it's kind of symbolizing that. I think that's an interesting change. Whether that's going to be a permanent thing in the Pokemon lore, we'll have to wait and find out, but I think that's pretty interesting. You can also see the new trainer protagonists are on the right hand side with what seems to be a smartphone device, which is not too surprising. If you ever see the Pokédexes in Pokemon games, they normally resemble the console they're on. And yeah, we can see that this isn't actually styled after Rotom. A lot of people thought it was when we got the low resolution images, and fair enough, it does look like that. But when you zoom in, you can actually see it's a Porygon phone, which is very cool. It's nice to actually have kind of a different Pokemon on hardware, like electronic hardware instead of Rotom, so I think that's really interesting. But let's move on to the trailer. So first we get to see Blue and his Pidgeot, and they are welcoming us to the world of Pokemon Masters. Now this is quite funny for me. It's like he's finally filling in for his grandfather, Professor Oak, who normally gives us the introduction when you play the Kanto Pokemon games. So I think this is pretty interesting that he's doing the introduction this time around. Now next we see our player in what looks to be a Pokemon Center / hotel, it's hard to say, but we can definitely see Nurse Joy in the back, and it looks like the healing machine behind her. And we can also see above that is like a scrolling information display, and I wonder if this is how we get news from in the game, or whether it's just kind of an aesthetic thing really, it's just something to make the world look nice. Hard to say, but I think it's very interesting, a lot of good attention to detail we've seen so far. Now after that, we get to see the best champion, Cynthia, with Pokemon Black and White 2's female protagonist Rosa next to her. We also get to see the city the game takes place in behind her. We don't really know anything about the city so far, but it seems to be a festival going on or something like that, because we can see confetti falling in the background. This is probably because, you know, a group of legendary Pokemon trainers are all gathering, you know, in the same city at once, and they probably just being welcomed there. I think that's quite cool. Now what's interesting, I only noticed this while scripting it up, there are trailer differences depending on which version you watched. So in the English trailer we can see a black belt trainer behind Cynthia, whereas if you watch the Japanese trailer we can see a hiker trainer instead. So I have no idea if this holds any significance or not. It's probably just a random chance you get a different trainer when you talk to different legendary trainers and stuff like that. It's probably just to fill in the background. But again, it's nice attention to detail, it's not always the same, but we will find out hopefully soon, you know, whether these changes mean anything or not. So after Cynthia we get a look at Misty and her Starmie, and it seems that we're recruiting her onto our team and she's talking about helping us, and then the next bit we see is her and Brock, the two OG trainers on our team against Rosa and two ace trainers. So there's not much known about battles at the moment, but the one shown is 3 versus 3. No idea if it's just going to be that or like 2v2, 1v1. I'm hoping it's not always 3v3. Now we can see it mentions the type weaknesses of the Pokemon above the trainers' heads. This is kind of similar, I guess, to Pokemon Sun and Moon, when you look at your move pool and it would tell you which move is super effective against the Pokemon you're fighting. Now I am wondering whether you can attack diagonally in this game, because we can see the type weaknesses for Brock. Let's for example say Brock, he's on the left hand side for us, and then on the right hand side is Fletchling, who has the rock type weakness. Can Brock attack diagonally right? And in the same sense, can Pikachu, who's in the middle, attack the Drifloon, who is on the left hand side? Now also Fletchling would technically be weak to electric and rock, so maybe if you do see those symbols in battle, it means that you can actually attack that Pokemon, but who knows, I'm just kind of making assumptions. Hopefully it's just not you can only attack forward, but I'm sure the battle mechanics are going to make sense, we just don't know anything about them at the moment. Now we can also see Rosa has her Snivy, whereas in the key art she has a Serperior, which is obviously the final evolution of Snivy, so this suggests that your Pokemon along with other trainers will evolve the more you complete the game. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. And we can also see at the bottom that there are potions in the game, so I'm assuming there are going to be other items as well. Also looking at the bottom, it looks like your Pokemon only knows one move, but like I said, it is far too early to tell much from the battle footage. Now after that we see a cutscene of Brock tearing his clothes off in typical Brock fashion using a special move which I'm assuming is exclusive to him called Rock Solid Rock Slide. It's more than likely that every trainer will have one of these special moves. If I was a betting person, I would definitely say that every legendary trainer, and probably you, the protagonist, and maybe even the ace trainers we've seen if you can recruit them, will have their own special move that they can use. And that's all the information and stuff I could find out. The trailer was only like 20-30 seconds long, so we didn't really get to see much, and we still got quite a bit of information, to be fair. And it's funny, like a 30-second trailer, I've got probably like 6 minutes of stuff to talk about, whereas we're getting a 15-minute Pokemon Direct. I'm dreading breaking that trailer down, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So guys, if you're looking forward to Pokemon Masters and of course Pokemon Sword and Shield, make sure to hit the like button down below and hit the subscribe button as well to stay up to date with everything Pokemon. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace!